Hey, how are you? How is everybody doing today? I hope really, really good. Welcome to Jenny Satori Healing. I'm Jenny Satori Davis, and I miss you. La la. um, so today I thought I would offer something a little bit different, a little bit special. I know I always say that because I don't know. I think everything's special, you know. And I guess it's kind of like the idea of life and how, oh my God, I know it's cliche, but how short it is. It really is short. And um, if you think about life as being, okay, let's say like a cup of coffee, that's my friend there. Say hi. um, Speaking of, but anyway, if you think of life as a nice cup of coffee, when you first get that cup of coffee, it's amazing. And it's like, it seems like it's never ending. And it seems like it'll never run out, and you just sort of drink it and drink it. And not necessarily realize that it will be gone one day, you know. And well, there's this paradox quite often. There's this thing, and it's like, well, on one hand, we shouldn't worry about the coffee running out. We should just savor the coffee. And I agree. But when we don't recognize that something is scarce, or something could, not scarce, but short, that's okay. But if we don't recognize that something can go wrong, or something could be gone, rather, then a lot of times we take these things for granted, and so I would say there's a difference between recognizing that things are not a given, and appreciating everything that we have for what it is in the moment, even more so because we know that the next moment we may not be able to taste that lovely coffee. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? You know? And no, I don't think it's like a half empty, half full type thing. I don't think so at all in this scenario. I just, it's like it's a little bit, it's a lot deeper, a lot different actually. It has nothing to do with that. Although that's another wonderful thing to consider. And I know I wrote an article once about that in particular, and it was more or less like, there is there even anything in that cup, or is there even a cup to consider? You know. Uh, okay, so we'll go there, and that's the thing. This lovely coffee I'm drinking uh, may not be so lovely to you. Maybe you don't like coffee, or maybe you don't You don't know what coffee is or what it means in English? You don't understand what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's just the point of things are never what they seem, and it's so important to consider everybody else's points of view, and it's not based on what would apply to you. It's so you can be a better human being. You know, it's not to find others' opinions so that you can incorporate them into who you are. It's to find others' opinions and consider others' points of view so that we can grow as people and have empathy and understanding and start to help instead of add to the situations in the world. You know, I find that, once again, I guess we could go back to some things we talked about, but indeed, too many cooks, you know, and I don't know. Well, you know how we go. It's sort of like I don't even know what I'm saying, and it's supposed to be out there somehow. And I apologize if it's out there kind of half-assed or whatever, because I kind of just go with the flow, you know. That was kind of a rhyme, going with the flow, you know. So anyway, I do have a special treat for you, and I know every that reminds me, because what is special? You know, I guess you could say many times when I've done my videos, I have said I have something special for you, a special treat, and because I think everything's special, you know, and that's I believe that's how I have survived in my life and how I have remained fairly sound and I have been grounded is I have been able to find humor in things, find beauty in things, and I've been able to work with the elements. And um, for me, I didn't need people to explain to me ever about the elements. I spoke to the elements when I was a little girl, and it's not a brag. It's not to say that I'm better than you at all. It's just because I'm not, I don't believe in that. None of us are better at all in any way, no matter what, but what I'm saying is I was born with those coping skills. And if I wasn't born with them, I used them in order, I learned how to use those things, those other senses, um, to soothe myself, and I had talked about this briefly in one of my last videos, and I also have talked about this in past shows that I've done, and it's about how I feel in particular that um, those of us who have abilities, whether it's psychic abilities, mediumship abilities, healing abilities, how, whichever's, I believe that a lot of us got them because we sort of had to acquire new ways of processing and dealing with things in our life, perhaps abuse, or trauma and things like this. And I really do believe that some of us have acquired this wisdom at young ages, and these abilities or gifts or whatever. They were developed sort of as a necessity. If you had abusive parents, your intuition may have been much richer because you needed to assess the situation, and kind of feel how the parents were, so that you can respond in kind. I think you understand what I'm saying. And I do think that there's something to that. And that is why I brought it up. It's not, I always sang to the trees and the animals. I always did my magic, did my ceremonies. And it was not until many, many years later that I read books. I was taught by teachers, and I was told these things, and it's hard not to be, like a braggart or whatever, to sound like I'm I know everything, because believe me, I don't, but it's like when I heard these things and read them, and I was like, I know this. I already knew that, and that's another thing I've mentioned in the past in my little things. It's like there are a lot of us that all of a sudden we hear something from, like, let's say the guru or whatever, or read a book, and it's like, wait, I already thought that. I know that. It's a knowing, it's not, and that's, I think, what I've been talking about these past few weeks about, knowing instead of just parroting, what you think sounds good or whatever. There is an innate knowing in each of us. And sometimes when we hear from others or we read something, it is a reminder of what we already know. I think that we have the keys to the universe. Man, it's right here. But we forgot. Somehow, as we entered our physical body, oh man, a lot of this gets blurry. And we have to unlearn all this physical and then regain the education we had energetically. And how powerful we would all be if we can incorporate the physical life here with the energetic and really be in harmony with the two. It's just incredible. And I think that's what some of us are out here trying to do. We are out there singing for our supper. We are talking about some crazy, amazing things. And I don't know about you, but it's a lot of fun. So let's do coffee. In fact, I am going to take a quick break because I can. And I will be right back, okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience. It's kind of a cool setup now, actually, because I could do that. But anyway, so the treat that I had in store for you, I always get sidetracked. And again, I once had a friend who said that anything brilliant that she says is not from her. And I subscribe to that idea. I think that I start to talk and suddenly things come out that, I had nothing to do with probably. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. What I wanted to do is share with you, that special thing that we were talking about. I wanted to share with you a special energy healing today. Um, I try to keep these things non denominational. Uh, I have certain beliefs, indeed, about Source, God, however you want to put that. Uh, but I definitely, and I think we can all agree that there is something I guess you could call source energy. Excuse me. And for me, it feels so beautiful. It feels, for lack of a better word, heavenly. And that's why, we tread lightly on those ideas as to not offend and all that other jazz. It's like, God forbid, pardon my, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, but God forbid we mention this or that, or we don't mention this or that, and look, that's the way life is. So, what I wanted to say, yes, the source energy, and this is how it all started. Call it what you like, is my point. Um, Again, if it feels, if it helps, if it, whatever it is, like I've said before, with our abilities and how we do it and what we do, if it helps and makes a difference, then what difference does it make what we call it? You know? All right. So with that being said, I would love it if you could lay down for this one. Okay? You don't have to. It's an absolute suggestion, but I find that this is really could be helpful. Okay? Um so let's just get into the groove, boy, right? And start to breathe a little more deeply. Close your eyes if you like, and we will begin. When you're ready, you may open your eyes, but not until you're ready. I hope you enjoyed that. I got such lovely messages for everyone, and it really is going to be okay. It really is. Okay, everybody. I love you. I hope that you're making the best of this cup of coffee we call life. And I will be back. And thank you for your support and your love. Okay, I love you right back. Many bright blessings until next time. Bye now.